And welcome back to The Watchman, only right here on TBN. We are in one of the most visited spots in all of Israel, the city of David, a place with great biblical heritage and significance. We're with Ze'ev Urenstein of the city of David, and we're in a place that you may have heard of from your Bible, the Pool of Siloam. Ze'ev, refresh our viewers' memories on what went down here at the Pool of Siloam.
So what happens here, you first have to start the story 2004. There's a sewage pipe behind us, it explodes. The municipality sends in workers, they dig down to get to the pipe to clean up the mess. Happens to be, while this is all going on, an archaeologist named Eli Shukron happens to be walking by. He hears something just doesn't sound right. He runs in, says, "Stop what you're doing," clears everyone out, and they had inadvertently uncovered these ancient steps that we see right over here, thousands of years old, Herodian. And it's clear they're leading down into something. And the archaeologist, Eli Shukron, and his colleague, Roni Reich, they say, wait a minute, there's only one other place in the whole country where we've seen steps like this before, and those are the steps leading up to the ascent to the southern part of the Temple Mount. And they say, wait a minute, there must be a connection. And they realize that these steps were leading down into the ancient Pool of Siloam. So what was the ancient Pool of Siloam? In ancient times, there were 3 pilgrimage festivals, Passover, Pentecost, Tabernacles, when all the Jewish people would have to go up to the Holy Temple that stood on Mount Moriah, on the Temple Mount. But you can't just go up to the temple as is, you have to purify yourself. Josephus, the historian, tells us that up to 1 million Jews would go on pilgrimage to the temple on the pilgrimage festivals. How would all those people purify themselves? They would go into the Pool of Siloam, which we have over here. It was the size of 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And I want to throw out a teaser to you, Eric. The archaeologist said, wait a minute, if this is the pool, and we know where Mount Moriah is, where the Temple Mount is, how did all of the people get from point A to point B? And so they widen the excavation, and they find something that will blow your mind. We just came from the Pool of Siloam, and the archaeologist said, if that's the Pool of Siloam, where Josephus says that up to 1 million pilgrims would have been immersing themselves to go up on their journey to the temple, they said, well, how'd they get there? So they widened the excavation, and what they found right behind us is the actual pilgrimage road that led from the Pool of Siloam all the way up to Mount Moriah, to the Temple Mount. This is the road, Eric, where our ancestors, Jews and Christians alike, their ancestors, when they would be on their pilgrimage up to the temple, this is the very road that they walked upon, and it's being excavated as we speak.
Well, so they purify themselves in the Pool of Siloam, up this pathway. They're at the Holy of Holies at the temple.
That's right.
Wow, amazing.
Where we're standing right now, this is the ancient 2,000-year-old drainage channel beneath the Second Temple Pilgrimage Road. The pilgrimage road is directly above our heads, and we are walking through the drainage channel below, which is going to lead us someplace very special.
Well, coming up, we've taken you to the Pool of Siloam, where worshipers would purify themselves. Then we went up the road of pilgrimage. Now, after the break, we take you someplace very special where it all ends up. You won't want to miss this. Stick around. It's The Watchman. It's Christians United for Israel, only right here on TBN. Don't move.